Attempting to replicate Python's string interning functionality for non-strings. For a self-project, I wanted to do something like As you can see, I don't really need more than one instance of species id breed, but I'd be creating one every time I'm creating an animal object with that id, and I'd probably need multiple calls of, say, animal sumname, 3. To solve that, what I'm trying to do is to make a class so that for two instances of it, let's say A and B, the following is always true. This is something that Python does with string literals and is called internship. Example. That print will yield true, as long as the string is short enough if we're using the Python shell directly. I can only guess how Python does this. It probably involves some C magic, so I'm doing my own version of it. So far I've got My questions are, hey, is my problem even worth solving? Since my intended species object should be quite lightweight and the max amount of times animal can be called, rather limited, imagine a Pokemon game, no more than 1000 instances, tops. B, if it is this a valid approach to solve my problem? C, if it's not valid, could you please elaborate on a simpler, cleaner, more Pythonic way to solve this?
Yes, implementing the _new_ method that returns a cached object is the appropriate way of creating a limited number of instances. If you don't expect to be creating a lot of instances, you could just implement _eq_ and compare by value rather than identity, but it doesn't hurt to do it this way instead. Note that an immutable object should generally do all its initialization in _new_, rather than _init_, since the latter is called after the object has been created. Further, _init_ will be called on any instance of the class that is returned from _new_. So with linear caching, it will be called again each time a cached object is returned. Also, the first argument to _new_ is the class object, not an instance, so you probably should name it CLS rather than self. You can use self instead of instance later in the method if you want though.
To make this as general as possible, I'm going to recommend a couple things. 1. Inherit from a named tuple if you want true immutability. Normally people are rather hands-off about this, but when you're doing interning, breaking the immutable invariant can cause much bigger problems. 2nd, use locks to allow thread-safe behavior. Because this is rather complex, I'm going to provide a modified copy of species code with comments explaining it. If you want to do interning for general libraries, where users might be threaded, and you can't trust them not to break the immutability invariant, something like the above is a basic structure to work with. It's fast, minimizes the opportunity for stalls even if construction is heavyweight, in exchange for possibly reconstructing an object more than once and throwing away all but one copy if many threads try to construct it for the first time at once, etc. Of course, if construction is cheap and instances are small, then just write _eq_ and possibly _hash_ if it's logically immutable, and be done with it.
Yes,